Hello, I'm live. How are you? Who's here with me? Terry, Donna, Claudia, Beth, the regulars. Here's what I want to say to you ladies that are here that watch this live, because not everybody does. There's a lot of people that watch this not live, and there's various reasons for that. Maybe the timing is not good, but there are a lot of people that practice. And what I want to say is that what I've noticed in my own body is consistency pays off. And so the fact that you come, that you show up, that you do the practice, that you strengthen your muscles, your bones, the flexibility that is in your body, really important. The strength, the range of motion you have, the joint strength, so important. I just did a session segment, not sure what to call it. My community, Stronger Bones Lifestyle, that I have that's really what I'm focusing on building up, is having a place for women to learn that we've been doing bone health all wrong, and that we are actually in control of our bones, and that we can make them stronger and fracture resistant for life. So that is my mission. And in my community, Stronger Bones Lifestyle, which you could find on my website if you're not a member already, I just interviewed, I guess I worked with a functional trainer. This is a guy from South Africa, really amazing guy, Carl Reeder. And he works with a lot of women in the US teaching functional movement. So that is what really becomes important, is how well does your body move and work? We need it to move and be fluid, because the better your joints bend, the better your body works, the more forces you could create to build stronger muscles and stronger bones. So I'm going to have some more videos on my channel, on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to put more content on movement in my Stronger Bones Lifestyle community. So I just had a whole hour-long session with Carl before I'm teaching this. So I'm going to have definitely stronger bones, and there's going to be lots of fall prevention in my body. So for those of you that show up, that I see you here live, or you watch this, you're going to have that too, because you just notice, like, wow, I'm feeling stronger. And that is one of the things I asked Carl. What do you like? How does somebody know when they need to progress to the next thing? How do they know they're doing it right? And of course, if we get our REMs, the ultrasound every year or every 2 years, then you're going to know, like, okay, here is what's going on with the quality of your bones. So you'll know that, but you also start to feel stronger and develop confidence. And that's really another indicator that is more subjective, right, than objective. All right. So today, Kendall, have you been with me before? And sorry if you have. Not so easy for me. I see over 100 people every week. And then on my channel, of course, I see more. If you like this, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel so you'll get notifications when I'm going live. And if you're in my Stronger Bones Lifestyle community, there's a events calendar that will give that live notification. Okay, good. Sorry, see, 1 week and I forget. All right, anything going on, ladies and boys, if you're here? Anything that you are thinking of, anything showing up for you that you need to pay attention to? I'd love you to let me know before I go back to the mat and start doing our practice today. And even if you don't have anything for me, I definitely have my own agenda as well. Carolyn, good morning. Oh, all my live regulars. And you know what? You don't all live in Los Angeles. I live in LA. So for me, it's 11 a.m. But for those of you on the East Coast, it's 2 p.m., right? So, all right, let's go do our thing. All right. So this practice, the theme will be bone strength and fall prevention. And when I say bone strength, we do create stimulation to our bones. Like in the moment, when you're pulling on your bones and pushing on your bones, you are creating stimulation to the bone cells themselves. But the real big takeaway is that if you are making your muscles stronger when you're doing exercises, that has a longer period of time to create bone building stimulation. So muscle and bone building stimulation is what we really want. MBBS, right? Muscle bone building stimulation, MBBS. That's what we want. So let's work on strengthening our muscles so that not just during the practice or right after the practice, but for tomorrow and the next day and the next day, we keep our bones strong. And that all contributes to fall prevention. For this practice, I would like you to have a blanket, a block, and a strap. You could have 2 blocks. If you do have 2 blocks, get 2 blocks for this. We're going to use a chair when we come to standing because we could go a little deeper, which is going to allow us to develop stronger muscles, which will keep our bones stronger longer. And a tennis ball. So if you have a tennis ball, if you don't have a tennis ball, it could be, lacrosse ball is pretty hard. So I prefer it not to be a lacrosse ball, although if you're tough and you're used to using that for myofascial release, you could get a lacrosse ball. You could also take a towel and tie it into a knot so you have this hard area there to push into. We'll use it with our feet for sure for our standing balance work for fall prevention. We'll do that. And the chair as well when we come to standing. So go ahead and gather what you need. It'll help you fill in the gaps, the spaces you need, and allow you to maybe go a little deeper or allow you to do something that maybe you normally wouldn't be able to do. So I really love to use props in the practice. Get yours if you don't have that already. And here's your little time frame to go gather. Don't always use a tennis ball, and I don't always use 2 blocks in a practice. So I want you to be able to get those if you have them. You could use blankets instead of blocks and fold them up so that you get kind of that support that we would get from a block. So go ahead and get that, and then off to the side goes your chair and your tennis ball. So let's come down. When we come down, let's bring awareness into movement. We want to make sure we maintain safe spinal space always, so we don't want to bend our spine to go down. Bending the joints is what we want to do. You could do that through a squat. Toes are out, pushing your knees out as you lower down into your legs, and then bringing yourself onto the floor or any other way. But since we are here practicing building stronger muscles, let's do it correctly and functionally and pay attention to that. So the strap will go off to the side, and so will the tennis ball. Fall prevention is also your space. So if you're using a ball, make sure it stays stationary. It doesn't come out so that when you stand up, you accidentally stand on it. Happened to me one time in a class. I had a woman in class, and she happened to be an older lady, pretty fragile, and she tried so hard to show that she wasn't. So she would be very quick in her movement patterns to show she could move, and she had a strap that she didn't clear her space, and when she got up, she tripped on the strap. So very important your space is cleared. Put that tennis ball or any ball you're using off to the side so it won't roll. I'm going to begin the practice with 2 blocks, doing a supported spinal extension. 1 block will go back here behind my heart in a horizontal pattern. So this will be behind my heart, and the other one will be supporting my head. If you don't have blocks, you could use a blanket behind your heart, a blanket behind your head. This can be a really big opener for your chest. If you have rotator cuff issues, you have any tears, rotator cuff tears, you want to be careful not to stretch too much, especially if it's still giving you some aggravation. So the blanket goes off to the side unless you need to use that. If you only have 1 block, you could take your blanket and roll your blanket up for your head. So 1 block could be for your heart, behind your heart, and then 1 for the head. And if that's too intense for you, then you could put the block behind your head and the blanket behind the chest. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit softer. So choose the one that's appropriate for you. I'm going to use 2 blocks, which definitely is intense. Blocks have 3 levels. We have the flattest level here, then you have the medium level, and then you have the tallest. So there are variations also with the block that you could use. And this is your setup if you're using 2 blocks, and try to get your other props to do that as well if you are doing something else. Body awareness is how we keep ourselves safe. This is how we go strong and deep and stay safe. So getting connected right now is going to be the first part of the practice. When I come down, it's going to be right behind my heart. The block will be behind the heart. So when you lower down, it's right around the bra line area. Bra line for the ladies, bro line for the boys. So right behind the heart is where you want that. So that when you do come down, it's the space behind your heart where your shoulder blades are that is being supported by the block. And this, you'll see, is creating this back bend. And then lift your tushy up, tilt your pelvis back, lengthen your body so you feel the sacrum in the ground. If you're feeling too much pulling in the low back, you could walk your feet back, have your feet a little wider than your body, and then let your feet fall in towards each other. And then the block behind your head, it could be on the tallest level. You could start off at the highest level if you need. You could go down to the medium level. Or if you're ready for the short level, you could go down. And how do you know what's appropriate? If you feel too much pulling on your neck, then you've gone too low with your head. You'll need to bring yourself back up to the level right before it. So find what is the slight discomfort maybe, but not intense discomfort. You want to feel a pretty strong pulling, and you want your shoulder blades to be on that block. Then your arms go out to the side, and this is where you feel the intensity. If the low back is not happy, walk the feet closer to your body. Lift your head, lengthen your neck, let your head rest on the block. So getting this deep stretch at the shoulders, in the chest. Keep your jaw, take your jaw and wiggle your jaw side to side. And then open and close your mouth. Let your lips touch. Palms are up towards the sky, backs of the hands rest on the ground. Beginning to breathe in and out through your nose. And then push your ears away from your shoulders, or your shoulders away from your ears. Create as much space there. Closing your eyes, let your awareness go inside your body and be very aware of what's happening in the right side. Bring your awareness to the right shoulder, armpit area. A lot of muscles here that attach the arm to the body. See if you could soften that right arm, let go, noticing where there may be some tension being held inside your body. Let your arm be heavy. Let the upper arm bone from the shoulder joint to the elbow be heavy. Let the lower arm bone be heavy. Back of the hand is on the ground. And then let the whole right arm be heavy. See if you could let go of any tension, maybe noticing there's a little release, a little release, a little release. And then bring your awareness over to the left side, the left shoulder, the whole left upper arm bone. Can you let it release a little bit more to the floor? The left elbow, the left lower arm bone, and the left hand. Let your left arm rest, let your right arm rest. Then bring your awareness to where you feel the sensation, more than likely the underarm pit area. The muscles that attach the arm to the body and help your arms move. Really important area for posture. And for fall prevention, we need to have good posture so we're not always in a forward position. If your body weight is forward, then you're already in the forward plane of falling. So it's a subtle falling when we're falling forward with our head, falling forward with our upper chest. These muscles contract to protect you from falling. So fall prevention, you may feel it in your body right now. Feel it in the tight holding pattern of the shoulder, chest area of your body trying to stop you from falling forward. Let your lips touch. Breathing into your chest. Start to deepen the breath to the chest, so much so that you actually feel even more stretch because your chest is expanding. And then bring the breath down to the lower ribs. When you breathe in, breathe to your lower ribs. Feel them expand. When you exhale, let your rib cage go. See if you can let your rib cage go and feel heavy on whatever it is you have behind your back. Feel the heaviness of the arms, the heaviness of the rib cage. Inhale to expand. And then exhale to release. Feel that. Feel the lower ribs expand. Be active. You're really trying to make them expand, so you're breathing down to them as if you were looking at it, trying to notice, am I getting my lower ribs to expand? You'll feel inside you that they are. And when you exhale, you release, you let your rib cage be heavy, falling towards the props that you're on. Now breathe down to your belly. So you have a prop behind your heart. Your rib cage has something behind it. Your belly is free and floating. Breathe to your belly. So breathe below the rib cage, into your belly, towards your pelvic floor. Breathe to your belly. Now breathe to the tailbone. So the very lower part of your spine with your knees bent, feet flat, you're going to feel pressure in your sacrum, the base of your tailbone. Breathe to that area. Let your awareness go up and down your body. And then let's take 3 more breaths like this. Pushing your arms towards your ground. That'll help to deepen that stretch in the shoulder joint. Noticing all the places you feel a stretch. It may be in the upper back and neck. It may be in the shoulders, the chest. It may be at the lower ribs, maybe in the low back. Just noticing for your body, maybe in the arms, the wrist. We all have different areas. Take one more breath. And then release. Give the breath back to the body to breathe itself. Start to bring movement into your fingers. And then we're going to roll out of this deep spinal extension, chest expansion stretch onto our side. Depending on how deep you go, you'll feel that release that comes into your body. Then from here, we're going to push ourselves up and away from the ground. Now, fall prevention, I mentioned this when we're down, I want to have you have this visual. If your body throughout the day is already forward, meaning your head is forward, maybe your shoulders have rounded forward, here's my pelvis, my head should be right above my pelvis. It's not back there, it's forward a little. So my front body feels like it's falling, so it's going to contract to protect me. So we stretch that so we can get into an alignment position. It's really good to look at yourself in a mirror, to look at this alignment position so that you're in this aligned position. One way to get it is to put the elbows underneath the shoulders. When your elbows are forward, it's easier for your body to collapse. When your elbows are back, it's harder for you to collapse. Try that. Put your hands forward and then try to bend forward in the spine. And then put your hands back and try to bend forward. So that is a fall prevention, as simple as that, elbows underneath your shoulders. Good thing to do if you're in a precarious place, you're walking on uneven pavement, or you're feeling precarious with your balance. Elbows underneath your shoulders will help for fall prevention by establishing that correct spinal position in the upper body. Take your blocks, bring your blocks off to the side. And get your blanket, warm up our body, get yourself onto your knees and onto your hands. And then go back and forth between fists and open hands. Fist and open hand. Fist and open hand. So on the fist, you're putting your weight on this part, this first knuckle here, pretty big space. Go from fist to open hands. And those of you that have wrist issues, you want to slowly and surely bring back flexion or bending into your wrists. So if you're protecting your wrists, do something where you actually do add a little bit. Hands out to the side is going to be a little bit more forgiving than fingers facing straight in front of you. So try to do what feels right for you, because fall prevention is fracture prevention. And fracture prevention is, of course, not falling, but then also making sure you have the flexibility in your joints to actually support yourself if you do need to support yourself during a fall. All right, bring yourself all the way up, coming onto your shins here. This is a weight bearing, starting to put some weight in the pelvis. Take your hands, make fists, and bend your wrists in one direction, and then bend your wrists in another direction. From here, take your hands, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. You could come in and up, in and up. Then take your hands and go around in a circle in one direction and around in a circle in another direction. And then shake your wrists. So let's do a little warm up here. Take your knees a little wider if you need for balance, or a little closer together if you want to challenge yourself. When we bring our limbs closer to the midline, the body has to work harder to figure out where you are in space. And so if you have issues with balance, you could take your knees a little wider. Use pads under your knees to protect yourself if you need. Let's keep the elbows in at the side. Let's inhale to open and exhale to come back to center. Inhale and back to center. So we're now moving the shoulder joint in the socket, the upper arm bone. We're moving that joint into external rotation and then back to neutral, slightly internal. External rotation. And then I'd like you to take your hand, take one hand right here on the front part of the shoulder joint. Do this with your hand, like as if you're hitchhiking for a ride, and feel how much movement there is in that shoulder joint with your upper arm bone, the humerus bone. The arm bone is a ball. It's a ball and socket joint. The most mobile joint in the body is the shoulder joint. Now bring your arms alongside your body, and as you go like this, you're doing what's called external rotation. You're moving the shoulder joint back, and you are putting, this is a posture, this is fall prevention, because if we work on upper body posture, then we're going to be working on fall prevention. Take your hands out to the side. Now you're going to move your hands out to the side as you inhale, exhale, elbows back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. As if you were on a table and the pinky toe or the pinky edges of your fingers were sliding along that table. Now from here, can you come into a W, going a little higher, getting some of the upper back muscles that attach your arms to the body, and then even wider. Inhale up, exhale back down. Hold your arms up here. Push your hands back and then bring them to neutral. Back and to neutral. Try not to go into a sway back when you do this. It's not a big movement. Push your arms back and then neutral. Back and then neutral. Now take your hands behind your head, clasp your hands behind your head, push your elbows out, inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open, and bring your arms back to center. Bring your hands down. Let's take the hands alongside the body. Readjust your legs if you need. You can move your legs back and forth in case you're feeling a little too much pressure on your knees. Then take your hands down alongside your body. Inhale, let your head go up with your hands. Inhale up, reach your hands up. Turn your hands out and then reach up and down. Back neck is long, chin to chest. Inhale up and back and down. One more. Warming up the spine, warming up the upper back and neck. Now let's go lateral. Inhale up and down. Keep your arm alongside your body. So this is not about how far up do you go. This is how straight you could keep your spine and laterally bend it, side bend it. So you don't want to try to go up so high that you have to round your spine and come forward to do this. You don't want your arm to come in front of your head like this. So the side version of this, you're going straight up alongside your ear, and you're not coming forward to try to get over more to the side, because you'll see the spine rounds when we do that. We want to minimize that. The more awareness you could do here with not flexing your spine, then you could take that off your mat and use it in your daily life. Bring your hand behind your head, whatever it is. Put the other hand down the leg. Reach up to the sky with the elbow, and then look up to the sky with the side where the elbow is. So the elbow up, really look up to where that elbow is. Reach the elbow up, feel that side of your body stretch. Take one more breath, and then bring yourself out. When we stretch our side body, it helps us prepare the body for twisting and bending. So when we're doing twisting and bending, bring your hand behind your head, push the elbow back, push the elbow up towards the sky, hand down the leg. Keep the mouth closed, breathe in and out through the nose. Take one more breath, and then bring yourself back to center. Let's come down and stretch the feet. So flip the toes under, push the feet towards each other. Sit on your heels if your knees will let you. Those of you that have knee flexion issues might be a little bit more challenging to get this action. So if you're not able to do it, just take a break for now. If you are, stretching your feet, because for fall prevention, we need limber feet. Doing a little weight bearing, stretching that whole entire sole of the foot. And then bring yourself up. Plank pose is a great posture for stronger muscles, stronger upper body, stronger lower body. Come onto all fours, take your foot back and push through the heel. And then the other side, push through the heel, push back. So stronger muscles mean stronger bone. The plank posture strengthens the front of the body. So I want you to take one hand forward, the other hand forward, and be about 8 inches away from your shoulders, or 6 inches away from your shoulders, and then bring your body forward. So your pelvis comes forward of your knees. Now your body has to work to maintain that forward pressure. This is the modification of plank. Push your belly button up towards your spine, tailbone down the back wall. If you can, flip your toes under and lift off the floor, try that. If you're in the modification, stay there. And if you're in the full plank, walk your feet so they're only about 4 feet apart. Push your fingers into the floor, not just the heel of the hand. Push the fingers and the knuckles, and then push through the heels. And let's come into a 3-leg if you can, pushing through the heel. Stronger muscles. This is for the hip, for the leg, for the front body, the shoulders. Do whatever variation you can do. Building stronger muscles in your body. Let's switch. Let's go to the other side. Doing whatever's appropriate. Moving up to the next place if you can in your body. Foot down. Push through your feet. Push through your heels. Push your fingers into the floor. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Rest. In between, sit on your heels if your knees will let you. Crisscross your legs if you have knee issues. Elbows under the shoulders, palms up towards the sky. Close your eyes, close your mouth, catch your breath. If you feel your heart really accelerated, then you know you're using a lot of muscles. So when we want to build stronger bones, we need to build stronger muscles. That's a good indication for yourself that you're working hard when you feel your heart rate's accelerated. Take one more breath. And open your eyes. So that was strength for the front body. Let's move into, if you have 2 blocks, I'd like you to try 2 blocks. If you don't have a block, they're not very expensive, these blocks, and they're really, really great for practicing yoga for the rest of your life to keep your body strong, limber, mobile for fall prevention. It's a really nice thing to do. I am going to use 2 blocks. So if you have 2 blocks, use 2 blocks. And if you don't, we'll try it with 1. I'll show you with 1, and then you can modify accordingly. So coming onto your shins, let's bring the right foot forward. And bring the blocks alongside your body. Now, if you only have 1 block, bring 1 block onto the inside. So the right leg is forward, bring the block on the left side if you only have 1. If you have 2, you could have them beside each other. Then you use your fingertips on the block to keep your spine nice and long. The whole entire body, the whole entire torso is going to come forward and backwards. So you can have 1 hand on the right leg, 1 hand on the block if you only have 1 block. And if you have 2 blocks, you could have both of your hands on the block, fingertips, to keep your spine long. Inhale to come forward, feel the length coming into the back left leg. Exhale back up. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, you're going to come forward. The front leg, really important. Push the heel of the front leg into the ground. Feel the glute activate here. Hands are on the block. You could have one hand on the block, one hand on the leg, and then flip the back toes under for those of you that are able to lift the back knee up, whether you have both hands on the block, one hand on the leg, one hand on the block. Really hard, lots and lots of strain for the hip joint here, the glutes. Wherever you are, push that front right heel into the ground, strengthening that leg. Deeply root that right leg in the socket. Really push that front heel into the floor so you're activating the glutes. Push away from your leg or from the blocks. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. Bring yourself out. We'll go to the other side. So the lunge is a pretty powerful position to be in to strengthen the lower body muscles. And we're doing it asymmetrically. We're lengthening, we're strengthening the front of the back leg, strengthening the back of the front leg. So the hands are on the blocks, or you have one hand on the block, one on the thigh. Coming forward, it's your whole body that comes forward. Don't let it be just the upper body is going forward. You've got to move the entire lower body so the back leg goes into an extension position to stretch the hip flexor muscles, stretch one of them is a quadricep. You come back up and you come in. Inhale and then come out. On the next one you come up, your hand could be on your thigh, could be on the blocks. Flip the back toe under, and if you're not able to lift, imagine you are. And if you are, really push that front knee into the ground. Hands are either pressing into the blocks or one is here. Push the front heel into the floor a lot. Strengthening that left glute, strengthening the back of the front leg and the front of the back leg. Push away from the floor, push away from your heel. This is weight bearing in the hips, keeping that precarious part of our body, the hip complex, where the legs attach the body for fracture prevention, fall prevention, stronger muscles developing here in the lower body, which is going to keep our bones strong. Take one more breath. Push that front heel in and then bring yourself out all the way. Take the blocks off to the side. And bring yourself down into a rest position. Again, noticing the accelerated heart rate, more muscles we use, bigger muscles. The lunge is a very powerful strengthening exercise, strengthening movement. Pretty challenging. And I would say that in a live class, if we don't have two blocks, we just have one block, maybe 5% of the people can actually lift their back knee off. So if that was a challenge for you, it is a very challenging posture. One that I could not do in my 30s when I was I was not as strong as I am now. I'm strong because of yoga. I'm strong because I've been practicing yoga since my 30s. That's where I get my strength. Close your mouth, breathe in and out through your nose. Take one more breath. And then open your eyes. So we did the plank for the front body strength. We're going to go down on the floor on our bellies and do the locust, trying to get a smiley face shape, pressing the back of the spine into itself to create stronger muscles in your back and stronger bones in your spine. Take your knees back far on your blanket. Head is forward. Walk one hand forward and the other till you can come forward and put your elbows on the ground and then your body. Push yourself back so you have the blanket underneath your pelvis, protecting your hip bones. Then flatten your feet so that your toenails touch, tops of the feet touch. Look down and make sure your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Not too wide, not too far forward, and not too far back. Open up your hands, spread your hands, push your hands away from the floor, push your torso away from the floor. Now take your legs wide here so you get a little freedom into your back. Push your pubic bone down towards the ground, push away from the floor. Feel that stretch in your belly. Feel that stretch in the lower ribs. Breathe to your belly. Breathe down. Push your heart forward. Push away from the floor. Take one more breath. This is called Sphinx, and the act of holding yourself up here like this strengthens the upper back and neck. We're going to come down onto the ground. So take your elbows out to the side. Fold your hands so one goes on top of the other. Walk your feet back so the toenails touch, tops of the feet touch. Lengthen your torso. Let your forehead rest on the back of your hands. Inhale. Nose moves away from you like you're pushing a marble away. And then push away from the ground with your arms. Feel that stretch coming into the front of the body. Those are the muscles that get tight for fall prevention so that your body doesn't fall forward. If you're in that forward position, you're going to feel tightness. If you sit a lot, this is also an area that gets tight. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale. And down. One more. And then we're going to come to the side in a cobra. So take your hands right about shoulder height or slightly forward. The whole hand is off the mat and the thumb is on the mat. Your elbows stay in at your side. Don't let your elbows be up towards the sky. Keep your elbows in at your body. Walk your feet so your big toes touch. Push your feet down into the floor strongly so the low back is protected. The kneecaps will come off the ground. Let's inhale. Push your hands into the floor and pull your hands back towards your feet. You'll feel activation in your back muscles. As you push a marble away from your nose, bend your upper spine, lifting your head up. Exhale to lower. This is not about how high you go. Feel this. Close your eyes. Elbows are in. Push the hands down, slide them back. Inhale, push your nose forward, bend your neck, lift your upper body, and exhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Stay here when you come up. Take your hands off the floor. If you do lower down, go down to where you lowered down. Put your hands back on the floor. Pull them back. Push your heart forward. Slide your shoulder blades towards each other. Push your shoulders away from your ears. Long neck. Push your feet into the floor. Push your pubic bone into the floor. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. Warming up your back for locust. Let's take the hands alongside the body. Legs are long, toenails are pressing into the ground, tops of the feet are pressing into the ground. Let your forehead rest on the ground so your spine is as long as it can be. Breathe down to your belly, mouth closed. Let's come into the locust. Inhale, press your nose away, lift your head up, lift your chest away. Reach your arms up and let your legs float up off the ground. Push away strongly with your legs. Push away strongly with your arms. Push away strongly with your heart forward. Now bring your awareness to the back of your body, bending your spine from where it attaches into the skull, bending it and pressing the back of the spine into itself. Press your heart forward. Push your pubic bone down to protect your low back. Reach long with your limbs. Make it very active. Arms are reaching up and away. Legs are reaching up and away. Head is up and away. Heart is being pushed forward to bend the spine. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Push the ears away from the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Push the heart forward. Take one more breath. And then fold your arms, elbows out to the side. Take your legs as wide as your mat. Let your forehead rest on your hands. Bend your knees. Let your feet flop gently side to side. Side to side. Breathe to your belly. Keep your mouth closed. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Take your arm long, bend your knees, using the elbow and the hand to strongly push yourself up from the ground. Let's come on to our seat. For stronger bones, we need stronger muscles. We're going to do a reverse plank. So we just did the locust, and we bend our spine and press the bones into each other. We strengthen the whole posterior chain, and let's continue with that. Let's also continue with opening up the front body. And so we opened up the front body with the beginning spinal extension. Now we're going to come into tabletop. So your hands are forward, close together. If the wrists are not happy, you could turn your hands out to the side or come on to fists for wrists. Modify to whatever you need. Keep your feet hip distance, so not too wide. You're going to inhale to lift up and then come back down. So just let your body feel what you're doing here. Push your fingers into the floor, your hands into the floor to rise. The next one, we're going to come up and stay up. Push away from the floor, bring yourself up, come up here. So you're pushing strongly with both hands equally, pushing your heart up towards the sky, push your fingers into the sky, and then push your feet, squeeze your tushy, push your pelvis up. Try to get into as open of a hip as you can. Push both hands into the floor to push up. Really strong shoulder stretch, strengthening the back of the body. Push away from the floor to bring yourself up. If the neck is not happy, you could tuck the chin towards the chest or let your spine be nice and long. Feel this in your body. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. You might have felt the backs of your hamstrings active there. Coming to sit, bringing the soles of the feet together. So stronger back body, bringing a little bit more strength into the body to manage lifting your body weight or pushing your body weight away from the ground. Holding on to your lower legs. Nice tall spine here. And then take one more breath. So we're going to come to a standing position. So I like to come through a pretty deep hip flexion to come up, a pretty important way to come up that keeps the lower body strong. So let's take the knees wide and bend the feet. You're not too wide of a position here. We're going to really move in the hip joint here, loading up the lower body when we come up. So push your body back, lift your tushy off, keep your head forward. And then start to walk your hands back. When you get back, walk your feet so that they're the distance of the mat and turn them out slightly. And then bring your hands up onto your inner thighs. Now push into your heels a lot so you could tilt your pelvis back. You could stretch the low back muscles here, pushing the tailbone down towards the ground, moving the tailbone a little up and down. Head is forward. And then turn the tailbone down. Bring your hands forward if you'd like. Not too much tension in the upper body. Let the glutes do a lot of this. You could push your knees out, push onto the inner edges of your heels. Feel the glutes working, inner thighs working. Take one more breath, and then bring yourself up. Catching your breath, close your mouth, breathe in and out through the nose. And then to clear your space, thinking about how you're bending your body. So we don't want to bend our spine with osteoporosis. We want to bend our hip. So take your legs wide to clear your space. So wide, toes are out. And push your tushy back. So your tushy goes back. Don't let your knees come forward. And bend down to get your blanket to take it off to the side. Bringing your chair if you need it. So having the chair, and then go ahead and get your tennis ball or whatever you're going to use. Getting our feet nice and warm. So the chair is there if you need it. Let's come onto the right foot first. Put the tennis ball in the arch of the foot. So try not to let the ball of the foot or the heel touch. And put as much weight as you can. Bend the left knee as much weight as you can. Don't bend forward in your posture. So be nice and tall here. Put as much pressure into that foot as you can. To the place of discomfort. Trying to soften up any strong holding patterns in the feet. Especially if you have high arches. If you have high arches, there's a lot of tension for the muscles holding you up, not allowing that to collapse, and it's not touching the ground to get support. So especially with the high arches, put the ball in the foot. And then I want you to come to the top of the foot, the ball of the foot, so that when you look down, you don't see the ball. Make sure you're not just on your toes. You're actually on the whole ball of your foot, so you could push down quite a bit, a little bit of side to side in those joints of the feet. So for fall prevention, we need lots of great communication from our feet up. We want to have very limber feet, so your feet can feel where you are, what's the undulation of the surface that you're on. And then grab the ball with your toes, strong feet. Grab the balls with the toes. There's actually a study for grip strength, and weaker grip strength is an indicator of a greater fracture risk. Don't necessarily look at the gripping action of the toes, but it would be interesting if we did. So really keep strong feet. And then if you'd like to practice balance here, you can bring your foot forward. See if you're able to balance here. Chair's there if you need it. A little bit harder when you don't have your toes. Allow that movement side to side. That's the ankle joint, figuring out where you are. Slight bend in your right leg that you're standing on. And then bring yourself out. Now the ball goes into the center of the heel. Center of the heel on the ball. Lift the toes. Spread the feet. Make a pretty big pad on the front of your foot. Push the ball into the ground. Here, if you'd like to practice balance, practice balance. Lifted chest. Shoulders are away from your ears. Shoulders are back. Feel this in your body. Toes on the floor, really helpful for balance. And then come down, rub up and down the ball with your foot. Let's go to the other side. Center of your foot with as much pressure as you can. Really depends on what ball you have, how much tension is in that ball. Push as much of your weight. Bend both knees slightly. Keep your posture nice and aligned. You could move side to side. Just explore wherever, especially if you feel an area that maybe has a little extra tension. You could try to balance here, pretty intense, and it really depends actually what surface you're on, how tight your ball is. Let's come to the ball of the foot. So spread the toes, heel in the ground, push the top of your foot into the ball and feel that. Feel the pressure really waking up, softening the muscles. And then a little grabbing on, so activating the muscles. You could move side to side. Explore. And then let's practice balance. So push that heel into the ground, slight bend in the knee, lifting your opposite leg up. See how that feels. And then come out. Let's go to the heel. So now you have the toes. The ball is in the center of the heel. Spread your toes, put your toes down. Opposite leg forward, and then lift your leg up. Take one more breath. And then go ahead and bring yourself out. Take the ball off. And make sure wherever the ball goes that it doesn't come back. So that it doesn't come back for getting in your way and causing you to fall. All right, let's do a single leg balance. So I'd like to do a different posture today than tree. Sometimes we call it Karate Kid. We're gonna do a couple of different things. So you're gonna stand. If you need the chair, we're gonna do left leg first. So if you need the chair would need to be at your left side where the leg you're standing on is where your chair needs to be. So get yourself in a position. You could even have it forward. So wherever you need to be, you're gonna pick up your toes, spread your toes, hands down alongside your body. Bring your right foot forward and then bring your right foot up as high as you can in a single leg balance. Foot is forward, knee is forward. If you could come to a 45, come to a 45. Hands are down alongside your body. Push your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your heart, lengthen your spine. From here, staying here, we're going to shift. Take the leg so that the leg is right beside the knee, is right beside the other knee, and the foot is behind you. Single leg balance. Feeling that work in that standing leg. If you need to come out, you can come out. Stronger muscles mean stronger bones. The longer we hold, the more strength we're going to put in our muscles, which then will translate to stronger bones. Take one more breath and bring yourself down. Shake your leg, feeling all that work in the leg that you just were on. Strengthening that leg, single leg balance, really important. Let's go to the other side. Lift the toes, spread the toes. We're just gonna balance on the right side. So take the left leg forward and left leg into a 90 degree or 45 degree or 90, whatever you can get here. 90, 90 if you can, or if you're a little lower, whatever it is that works for your body. Looking forward, focusing on balance. Feeling the work of the standing leg that you're lifting, the standing leg that you're on, the other leg that you're lifting. And then let's come into the other variation where you bring the knee right alongside the other knee, foot behind you in a flexed position. It's going to put a different kind of pressure in that standing leg. We're standing on that leg quite a while. A lot of that side body strengthening. Push your hands down, lift your heart. Take one more breath and then bring yourself out. Shake your legs, feel that, feel what you just did. Working on fall prevention with balance, working on strength, stronger muscles, stronger bones. Then flip your toes under to stretch your feet. Let's come into an alignment position where we can work to stay here, a little bit less muscular involvement so we can keep our heart rate nice and low. Toes are together, spread your toes, put your feet down. This is mountain pose. Hands are down alongside your body. Reach down and press back. Lift your heart, lengthen your spine. So the goal is to be in alignment. Make sure that all 5 toes, balls of the feet, pinky toe edges, backs of the heels are pressing into the ground. Push the top thighs back, tailbone down, belly activated to hold you in a nice postural position. Stack your joints. Get your body used to feeling alignment. No forward tilting of your head. Thumbs are reaching back, hands are reaching down. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. So I'd like to use the chair for those of you that need the chair. You're going to go a little lower. We're going to come into loading into the warrior 2. We're going to go through warrior 2 to reverse warrior to side angle. So it's a little bit of a movement practice. Chair there if you need the chair. It'll help you go a little lower. I'll do this without the chair. A little bit of balance as we move through. So take your legs wide. You could also do this near a wall. Take your legs wide. Let's go to the left first. Lift the left toes, left foot away, right foot away. Push your left knee to the left. Keep your right leg straight. Push away from the right leg to bend the left knee. Now make sure that you're not going forward with your torso. Make sure you're going straight down with your body, bending that front hip as much as you can. Chair there if you need balance. Shoulders are forward, up, back, and they're down. Take your arms up. Look over the front fingers, 5 breaths here. Stay here. Take your right hand down your thigh, left hand up towards the sky, 5 breaths here. Go lower if you can. It's going to be more intense. One more breath. Come back up to your warrior 2, forward into your side angle, 5 breaths here. Bring yourself up, bring yourself out. Wow, feel that quadricep. Feel those muscles of that front leg. Lots and lots. Now that was 5 breaths. If 5 breaths is too much for you, maybe you could try that for 3 breaths on each side. Let's go to the other side. Toes are lifted and away from you, heel is back. Pressing away from the back leg to load into the front leg. The body goes down, not forward. So you're going to go down by pushing away from the back leg, lowering down to the front. Shoulders are forward, up, back, and down. 5 breaths here. Push your feet into the floor. Feel like you're ripping the floor apart. Shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades towards each other, heart lifted. One more breath. Take your hand down the back thigh, palm of the front hand up, reaching up towards the sky in a reverse warrior, 5 breaths. Bring your hands forward, coming forward into side angle. One more breath. And then bring yourself up, bring yourself out. Feel that front quadricep. Shake your legs. Feel the heart rate, feel your legs. That is a nice little movement pattern. You can actually flow through that as well. And then keeping that nice strength in the bottom body. Go ahead and get your block and your strap. We're gonna do a chair pose, and when you do it with props, it's really nice to do this with props because it gives a lot of ability to turn on even more muscles to stay functional. So if you have a strap, if you have a loop in the strap, you could put your hands on the inside and push out, or you could take your hands and pull out on a strap. The block goes right between the knees, and we're gonna come back into a nice functional pattern here. Take your hands into the strap, toes are forward. You're going to load down by first tilt your pelvis back a little so your tailbone goes down towards the ground. Then start to lower into wherever it feels appropriate for you, pushing out on the strap. So I want you to feel this a lot in your glutes. You're lowering down into your chair, either pushing into the strap or pulling on the strap. Tailbone down. You should be able to look down and see the whole top front part of your foot so that you know you have that loading back like you should. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself up, bring yourself out. The important thing about chair when we load down is you want to have the active, having that right pelvic position, moving the body weight back to go into the hip complex loading. That's what we want. So let's come down onto the ground. Bring your blanket to the ground. If you can come down onto the ground through a wide-legged squat, taking your legs wide and turning your toes out to the side, keep pushing your knees out to the side. Push onto the inner edge of the heel. If you do at some point need to bring your body forward, your front body comes forward, not rounding your spine. Forward and then down onto the ground. So always thinking about how can I move functionally. So when you come down, also make sure you keep that space in your spine when you lower down, using your core, not crunching your body, but using your core. Come down onto the ground. Let's settle the lower back and the spine from today's practice, rocking side to side. And then come into a happy baby. Soles of the feet are up towards the sky. Draw the knees deeply, flattening the low back. This helps to relax your body, any tension that was created. Let your awareness go up and down with how today's practice was for you. Coming into Shavasana, which is final rest, take your legs long and wide. The blanket is underneath your head. Arms are down alongside your body. Focus and stay with your breath the whole time you're in the Shavasana. This is a posture of integration, letting the bone and muscle building stimulation go all throughout your body. muscle and bone building stimulation. Close your mouth and breathe. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Your awareness go over your body to notice how you feel after the practice, making sure it's appropriate, not too much, not too little. Take your fingers and toes as you start to move your body, your feet, your legs, your arms, bringing movement into your body, then bending the knees and drawing one of them at a time into your body, rocking side to side. Come all the way onto your side, and from here all the way up. Closing the practice, come into a kneeling position or a seated position, whatever feels good for you. Take your hands down alongside your body. Inhale up, let your hands find themselves right above your body with your eyes closed, and then draw your hands down to your heart. 2 more like this. Inhale and down. Finding that internal balance, that symmetry, allowing your body, your hands to find themselves with eyes closed. Last one, hands down to the heart. Bringing the hands to the heart, push the hands to the heart, sit nice and tall. We'll close with sound, a gentle humming sound. Exhale to create a lot of space. Inhale deeply. hands to your forehead, bringing your body forward in gratitude. Namaste. So fall prevention includes a lot of things. It includes that your front body is not forward all the time, that you're not too tight here in the muscles that are protecting you from falling, but because our head is so forward, but rather allowing them to be more responsive and not always in a contracted state. Strengthening the back of our body to hold us up. And then working on the lower body to keep it nice and strong, challenging ourselves with some postures, and keeping the body in a communicative place with the increased flexibility and range of motion. Those are all the factors that go into fall and fracture prevention, which is the most critical thing to focus on when it comes to our bone health as we move along in this life. All right. So, comments, questions, suggestions, love to hear from you. Anyone else that's here that wants to say hello that is not one of the people that has said hello? Great, Beth, like that. The footwork, yeah. I get so focused on how many poses am I doing? Am I doing 12 poses or 15? So today there were not necessarily a lot of postures, yet there was a lot of intention in the areas that we were focusing on. So if you're watching this live and not communicating with me, or you're watching this in a recorded space, join our community, Stronger Bones Lifestyle. That's where I'm being very much more interactive these days. Lots to share in there. Cooking classes, live Q&As, recordings of these classes are in there. And it is a lifestyle, and we are in control of our bone health. So join us in there. Like if you have not liked, or reach out to me if you need something different. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already, and listen to my podcast, Stronger Bones Lifestyle Podcast. I have so many amazing speakers, and I learned so much from him, and I know you're going to learn a lot too. I'm just amazed at who I'm able to have on my show and the message that I'm able to spread about us taking control of our bone health. Kendall, Karate Kid, yes. Yeah, I like that too. There's a guy that I'm working with, Carl Reeder, functional movement specialist, and him and I put together a little video on balance, and that's one of the ones that he did. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do the Karate Kid in my next class. And so, yes, I love that as well. All right, so join Stronger Bones Lifestyle Community if you have not already. Let me give you my website link here so that you can find that. Let me see, it's under my offerings page. So Stronger Bones Lifestyle Community, I'm going to put that in there. Would love to have more of you in there because it's a great place to be really interactive. That's the link to it. It's also my website as well. So there's a lot on there. So thank you so much for practicing with me. You created muscle and bone building stimulation right now. Bones are present moment and judgmental. What are you asking for right now? Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Always have to do something. All right, have a great day, and I will see you in my next live or in the community, and let's discuss things. Bye.